Ah, hello. Let me just find this dungeon really quick, so that way I can do it in the next turn. Dosun-chan. Oh, Kento. No, I might need it. No, okay. Suzume gets to go. Son is not doing it. I guess Dosun-chan will go too. There we go. I'm not sure what dungeon this is. It's in Iga's territory if you didn't see it on the map. It looks like it's one that requires Koime to be present because she's talking to Rance about it. That's how you can tell whether or not there's a requirement. Basically, are they talking about it when you go to find it? If they are, then they have to be alive, you know? So that's how it works. End turn. Oh yeah, actually I'll show you. All the gourds are broken. Obviously that would happen. None of the clans that had them exist anymore. So, I mean, just show them that quick. I have no idea where they're going. Oh, they're taking back a territory there. Interesting thing about those territories. If, one of your territories has like 2 Demon Army cities inside of it, but it's still your territory, it doesn't fucking matter. Nothing changes because of that. If they're not bordering it, they can't take it. So the Copa mercenaries effectively did nothing useful at all for me there. Oh well. More infected troops join the army. Himeji is being attacked. Alright. I could let them have it, but I don't really want to. I want to get Agureda badly. Kasumi, go ahead. Nothing really special there. I'll fight it though. I'll show you Sagan. He can go up front. Ukuma, that's not the guy. It's not who I'm looking for. Senime, go ahead. Son. This is a weird setup that I'm deploying here. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, it's fine. It doesn't matter. It's fine. And the first time you deploy Sagan against the Demon Army, I think with the triplets have to be here as well. He'll have this speechy thing. Or no, it's just him thinking about, I was wrong, it's the triplets. Fuck it. He's just briefing them on battle. That's what's going on. And Rance is still the, you know, the main commander. They just have differing opinions on what they want to do. And they're attacking me, so that great music plays. I love it. I always will. Sagan takes the hit like a champ, and Yoshihisa defends as usual. That's all that he'll ever do. Shiki, sure. Kento, you can see, and this happens a lot. The infected in the back with 50 troops. For some reason, their troop sizes get cut down all the time. That's not uncommon. You'll see that pretty frequently. In higher difficulties, that happens as well. I'm not sure why, but they're there. They just do that. I mean, they'll get killed in a counterattack and shave off 5 of your units, tops. Not a big deal. Sagan has Monk Charge and the Death Sith. Let's see what I want to get rid of their intelligence. So that way... Oh, it only got rid of Yoshi, he says. That's still cool. That's not cool, though. Oh, my God. But, Son still has all his buffs. That's cool. That's what I want. And Kento, I don't really know why I deployed her. They don't have any diviners. But this isn't a hard fight. This isn't anything out of the ordinary, really. And I've been letting their musket units hit me, the weaker ones, and you can see that most units, if they've got a defensive boost, can survive a below-average musket shot, you know? It's really just Shigeiko, Tanegashima, and a few others that fuck you up with musket rounds. Yuzuhara Yuzumi especially, but she doesn't matter if you've got a guard Shiki up, she'll still fuck you. And of course Toshihisa, he's getting guard Shikis whenever I see him. These little ones like this, basically for you guys, if your guard unit has more troops than their musket unit, you're gonna be safe. Look at it that way. That's how I look at it. Yeah. And I'd like Yoshihisa to attack once so you can see what his powers are like. There you go. He has loot. It's a weak skill. It severely reduces his offense when he uses that. It gives you money. It's equal to the damage you do. Not I mean, I'm not sure how it works exactly. You just get money based on the damage you do. Some amount. It might be exact. I've never monitored it myself. Moriteru also has that skill. You can give it to any guard unit if you want. So you're aware of that. I don't really like it personally. Yeah. And more about Genbu Castle. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck this guy does. He's got anger problems. He is such a dumbass. He really is. I liked to think up until I saw this guy that all of the apostles were based on real people. Not like based on them from real life or anything, but I mean in the game rather. They were regular people that became apostles. That's probably not the case. They're all fairly demonic, and they might all just be demons because Chaos comments on that, and I mean, my impression was that it was a person who gave up to demonic energies and, you know, they became more demon-like because of that. But that may not be the case. They might just be demons. I have no idea. But Mado controls his anger not to hurt Kurohime, though I doubt Xavier would care, you know? Just sad. But Gigai didn't attack that turn, which is interesting. I thought that he would. Oh no, Kentaro's unit affected by the Soul Binder. What are we gonna do? But here they're gathering up all the infected people because what else are they gonna do with them? And they're killing them. I think they're just burning them in a castle or some unused place. There's nothing else for them to do. And poor Koime sees it. They have to explain it to her. I mean, she should know anyway, honestly. But, yeah, so I'm assuming these are more citizens than soldiers. I mean, all of your soldiers you'd be notified of, but it's just like a story loophole. It doesn't really matter. This doesn't affect your... I don't think that this affects anything you do. I mean, it doesn't take these troops out of your shit, you know. It's just a story sequence. And I have to click the button to go on from that, so sorry that went on longer than expected. But yeah. Not much more to say here. The Soulbinder units, you can make them go away. You know, you'll stop seeing them once you, it's one of the Demon Army's last territories. I don't recall. I think it's the last one. The very last one on the peninsula. Once you take that, you get the shrine. And you can reseal her. You reseal the Soulbinder. Also, there's a sex change temple there. More on that later. Maybe. Some things in the last 4 territories that the Demon Army has are going to be overlooked. Probably. I'll do my best to explain them all, but something happens once you get into those territories that kind of it doesn't really give you a forced time limit, but if I don't abide by that time limit in some way, the game gets super repetitious, and I'm not going to do that to you guys. I'm going to continue to, and I have been playing the game at the pace I feel is most appropriate. I mean, everything I've done, I feel like, has fit into the game perfectly for True Route. Getting the Liasis reinforcements, having Son and Kenshin both in your army, conquering Takeda after the other 2 houses that were at war with them. The Dokuganryu house, they're kind of up in the air. I mean, they can fit into the True Route pretty well if you want to do that. But I think they're okay to omit. So, let me take this whole territory in one turn because I'm a boss. It's only 2, you know. It's Takuga's first territory. Well, the one that they take, the one that you'd be fighting them in first. It's not a hard territory to take at all. And honestly, you'll probably lose it in the Demon Army Blitz. So, you're aware of that. If you possess this territory, it'll likely get taken from you, and you shouldn't feel bad about that. I mean, I don't know. It's small. It's way smaller than all the other ones. So what the fuck, you know? I can go. Suzume can go. Lastly, Rance. Rance is actually probably my best warrior unit right now. I've been overlooking that. I just, I don't know. I think he is. So, fucking Suzume. Shrieking this guy because you can see all of my guys are going to go before him, so he's not going to be able to renew his guard. That's good. I'll be able to hit the other two shits up there. And of course with Sagan I'm doing the Death Sith, whatever, you know. This first territory in this, the first city in this territory is always a castle. I mixed them up, so I under-deployed what I would have liked here. I wouldn't have deployed Yamamoto or Suzume if I had remembered that this was a castle. I probably would have deployed Son. And in these fights, you can see the Shimazu brothers. I mean, we've seen Yoshihisa 2 more times, right? Well, it's just, again, that strange luck, or maybe it's a blessing due to the first playthrough, that I haven't seen the Shimazu brothers as much. Same with the Takeda generals, I would think. Holy fuck. I mean, I'll admit, it says the assassinations are based on, like, your troop size compared to their troop size. Now, that's true. You have your chance is significantly less to assassinate them when your troop size is that much smaller than theirs, but that luck for this playthrough. That's what I do, though. Like, assassinations, because they are so random, I might as well go for the bigger guys than the smaller guys. You'll never see me assassinate one that has greater odds for it. You'll never, ever see me do that. Not once. I would have killed the warrior unit up front with Maeda, but I didn't want the infected getting a hit in. I just don't want that. So, I was a little more cautious there. I'm going to win anyway, not a big deal. Yeah. I don't know if the Copan mercenaries will act, actually, because, you know how you're unable to attack after you've taken a territory your turn. I don't know if units working under an operation permit have to abide by that same rule. So, we'll see. I don't know if I can capture any of the Demon Army commanders at this stage in the game. I know that they're all, you know, I've been killing them, of course. That's obvious, but, I don't know if they're capturable. And, of course, I fucking waste my ninja on the scout, and they've got a diviner. Pain in the ass. Not a big deal. Cats, Dosan, Kenshin, fucking Notori. There we go. That's an A team right there. Not the shitty one from the TV show. This group's way cooler. Get in there. Kenshin got the speed booster. That musket would have went first. I rarely point that out, but that happened during the Demon Army Blitz with Layla as well. She had I know that's weird for me to recall something like that, but she had a speed boost that saved my ass, and I didn't even acknowledge it in the video because I didn't realize it until I'd rewatched it. But wow, I was really saved by that speed boost. Yeah. Just Miko Storm. Just Miko Storm Notori. I don't know what I'm going to do with you. Battle strategy. Cool job. Oh, cats. Yeah. So these fights, a lot, they're like this until you push them back. Until you push the Demon Army back. And it doesn't get harder. It's this. I mean, you'll get that bad luck where there's 3 Shimazu brothers and a full set of units in the roster that you've got to fight, so you'll just skip it and then rebattle them and you're good to go. That's what I always did. I would like to see them in combat again. An issue for me, though, and the reason that I include so many of these battles is because sometimes after the battles, a story sequence will pop up. Or some other interesting thing. While these battles themselves are not particularly interesting, and I could skip them, the large majority of them, it fucks up the pacing, you know? I mean, I would much rather, personally, see the battle play out and then see the scene that comes after the battle play than someone just cutting out all the battles and leaving in the scenes. That's my preference. So that's why I've done that. That's why I've kept the majority of the battles in. I didn't against the Hanis way back at the beginning of the game because they weren't doing anything. There were no important story sequences happening. Due to my memory and the lack of things that I remember associated with the Demon Army and their scenes, I like to keep this, so that way I'm positive you'll be able to see everything. I don't want to leave anything out. And that's why I'm showing them. If you were wondering at all, you know. And that'll do it. Good win for Oda Clan. Boom. Like right here. This is important. I wouldn't have wanted to just cut to this. There he is, Gigai. They introduce him here, kind of. I mean, even though you already know who he is, it's not a guarantee that you know who he is, you know? He hasn't really met Rance that well. I mean, Rance saw him in the oil dungeon with Son, but they're not really acquainted, you know? So this scene is mostly assuming that you don't have Son in your army, and it's mostly assuming that you haven't met Gigai, because really, that's kind of complicated. You're not supposed to be able to unlock Son. I mean, you're supposed to be able to unlock him in the canon route, and it feels right, but it's tricky, and they didn't compensate for that here. Gigai is a homosexual, also. They're showing you that here. The only homosexual in the game, I think, unless you include those two girls tribbing from Ashikaga. But they aren't really characters, you know? So, that's how that goes. Gigai has the hots for Rance. He likes him. Wants to have sex with him, and he's comfortable being on either end of the deal. Yep, that's how Alisoft treats this apostle. And you've got a lot of options here, and I'll explain them when the window shows up. But Rance, basically, if you, well, I can't really explain that without explaining the part beforehand. So anyway, I'll wait. Basically, Gigai comes to your encampment, and I think this happens once a turn, might skip a turn here and there, and he wants to battle, he wants to battle Rance. The winner gets to do what they want with each other. Gigai is stronger than Rance, so Rance one-on-one loses. And if you select Rance here, I'm pretty sure you get a game over. I haven't done it. Kentaro has a unique thing, and I'll explain that when this happens again, because I'm going to let it default lose. Anybody during the first fight will lose automatically, except Hojo-san, or Kentaro, should his special thing be activated, and I will go over that again, because I'm going to show you what happens when you do lose. I'm going to send Niwa, and I'm actually, Fuka maybe. I'm just going to send a shitty unit that I don't care about, and Fuka's going to go, go Fuka, go beat up Gigai! But anybody will lose to him. That includes Kenshin, that includes, like the good units, really good units in the game will automatically lose here. I had Senime as an option, she would die, and they're gone after this. So you don't want to do that. You do not want to send in someone useful. And I definitely did the first time that I played. It was Ranmaru, and I think it was Ranmaru. I mean, that was a long time ago, but they died, and I was pissed off because you don't have any way of knowing that they just automatically die like that. So the first time, if you don't have Son, and the first time, if you don't have a special Kentaro, you automatically lose one of your units, and you have to pick one from that roster. Then after that happens, you're given an option here, and I think it's anywhere. Yeah, come up with a plan against Apostle Gigai. You do that, and then when he comes back again, Rance can fight him, and it works out great. And then it's Rance versus Gigai and all of your commanders. He's I don't recall his level, but you fight him. He doesn't even use his demonic form, his animal form. He just stays as Gigai, and you kill him. It's really easy to do. It's not hard. I guess I'll show that to you as well while it's still relevant. It's not hard. After you lose your first unit, they pretty much just give you a free win against the guy. You deal with that, you never see him again. You keep feeding him shitty commanders, or you keep exploiting Kentaro, and you're going to keep having him show up all the way until the end of the game. And it starts to feel out of place and just fucking stupid if you keep doing it. So I don't. I'm going to get rid of it as quickly as possible while explaining the alternatives. Obviously, if you didn't know already, Oh yeah, and that right there, what he says about the Firebird with Ron. He doesn't mention that, obviously, if you never had Ron in your army. So, I'll point that out. And it was new dialogue for me as well. But, obviously I'm going to be deploying Son against him. It's a special scene, a special sequence, and it feels so good. It'll light up your heart. It does for me. And it's really great. It's one of the huge reasons I recruited Son. I absolutely wanted to include that in this Let's Play. That was important to me. There were very few things I decided on when starting it, and that's one of them. I was definitely going to do that. Without question. So, Rance basically wants to make him not transform. And if you deploy Rance, he's like, hey, you can't transform, whatever the fuck. And then Gigai is like, oh, okay, you're playing hard to get. And then you just send all your commanders and whoop his ass. And then he's dead, he's out of the game. If you were wondering, there are no scenes with Gigai of any kind. So, you're aware of that. I'll see you guys in the next part.